We've just had the latest spoilers released for chapter 1156 of One Piece. Within this chapter, we're finally getting some answers to events that were leading up to God Valley as we get another flashback, but this time focusing on the past of the Roger Pirates. We learn some crucial details about the history of the Kuja Pirates too, and some additional details about Rox's master plan. So let's first go over the brief spoilers. So this chapter does come with a color spread as we see Luffy, Zoro, Sanji and Nami in the front, alongside Roger, Rayleigh and Gaban in the back. And the other Straw Hats are also seen, but they are much smaller in size, so they're either sitting on Luffy or they're in the inside of his pockets. Apparently the Kuja Pirates were idols for people all over the world, and at that time Gloriosa was the captain and Shakuyaku was number 2, but Shakuyaku was the people's favorite for her beauty. Yes, this is the very same Shakuyaku that we see at Shabondi Archipelago alongside Rayleigh. The Kuja Pirates and Roger Pirates clash in the sea, and all of the Roger Pirates were captivated by Shakuyaku's beauty, and this disrupted their ability to fight. So the leader of the Kuja Pirates at the time, Gloriosa, had loved Roger as she was sick, similar to how Hancock loves Luffy, but it seems as though Roger was instead captivated by the beauty of Shakuyaku, but Shakuyaku only had eyes for Rayleigh, who wasn't really giving her that much attention. Suddenly Garp's ship approaches them, so the Kuja Pirates escape while the Roger Pirates fight the Marines. Roger and Garp had a brutal clash here with a huge wave of Supreme King Haki. Roger used his sword and Garp had used his fists. We then cut to Elbaf as we see a young Loki planning to join the Rocks Pirates the next time that they return to Elbaf. Within Hachinozu, we see the Rocks Pirates with new crew members like Big Mom, Kaido, Silver Axe and John. Rocks had told all of them that Elbaf is very important in order to destroy the Holy Land. Rocks also explained his plan at the end of the chapter, as he first needed 2 legendary devil fruits and one of them was in Elbaf, and he also needed to find the Galila Giants. So we do have some additional context, like Silver Axe, who is a member of the Rocks Pirates, is a gangster by profession and he was also known as Fierce or Savage. In terms of his appearance, he wears a kimono similar to that of Golden Lion Shiki, and he is also Shiki's rival, and we learn that he is feared within the New World. Another member of the Rocks Pirates is Babel, who is a giant catfish fishman. Even more details about this week's chapter were revealed as we learned that it's going to be 19 pages long, 2 color pages from the color spread and 17 normal black and white pages. So the chapter appears to begin with the narrator explaining the popularity of the Kuja Pirates, as it was so strong during the era of the flashback that we see that it wouldn't make sense to leave Kuja out of the story. Kuja Pirates were an idle group of rough ladies. Their bounty posters were being sold for a high price, and in terms of people taking their photos or them being stalked was a regular occurrence. And Shakuyaku, who later became known as Empress, eventually got to a whole other league of popularity compared to the other Kuja Pirates. The Kuja and Roger Pirates clashed because Roger wanted to take Shakuyaku with them, but Shakuyaku refused and hit Roger as we see him with a bump on his head. Shakuyaku had also told Roger, "I belong to no one." Then Gloriosa had hugged Roger saying, "Roger, I'm saying I love you," but Roger told her, "Get out of the way, Gloriosa, I can't see Shaki." I mean, this is pretty funny. It does mimic the relationship between Hancock and Luffy, but at least Roger has interest in somebody, unlike Luffy, who appears to be dead set on his goal only. Rayleigh was the only one in the Roger Pirates who was not entranced by the beauty of Shakuyaku, so Shakuyaku told him that they could take all of their treasures. Then Shakuyaku winked at Rayleigh just before leaving, and this caused Rayleigh to blush. Garp used Meteor Fist against the Roger Pirate ship during their clash, and Roger had used a new attack called Wild Soul. While we see Roger and Garp fighting in an epic double page spread, the narrator explains that it was during this era of the flashback when Roger, Garp, Rocks with their youthful blood had clashed for the first time. In Elbaf, Ida had asked Loki to come live with her and Hajruddin, but Loki refused because his only desire was to go to the sea with Rocks. In Hachinozu, we see a man arriving in the island and he had attacked some random pirates. His identity is revealed to be Kyo the Yakuza, later known as Silver Axe and the rival of Shiki. But at this time, Shiki wasn't a part of the Rocks Pirates. Kyo was a huge guy with a big tattoo on his chest, and he wore a kimono decorated with axes, sunglasses, and a huge axe flashbacks in the back. His design does appear to be similar to Zephyr from One Piece Film Z. The latest chapter of One Piece ends with all of the Rocks pirates in the skull of Hachinozu in another amazing double page, as we are introduced to new Rocks pirates crew members Charlotte Linlin, Streisand, Kaido, John, and Barbel, a catfish fishman. Barbel is the guy that we see in God Valley here, as you can see in this image, but in this chapter his hair does appear to look like flames. So now we learn some special details about the master plan of Rocks, as he explained to his crewmates what he needed for his plan. So he tells them that the crew needs to find 2 devil fruits. One of them is in Elbaf, and Rocks wanted Harold to eat it so that the fruit can achieve its true potential. And the second objective was to find the Galila giants. Rocks says, listen, Elbaf is crucial to taking the Holy Land. Don't believe me? Well, get lost now. Whether or not you wanna follow me on the destined day is up to you, but if you have made up your mind, then tag along. I will show you what's on the summit of the world. Just as things appear to be really heating up with a flashback, and it seems as though we're going to be entering that time where the God Valley incident had occurred, One Piece is unfortunately going to be on a break next week, and this is for the Japanese summer holiday week. And Weekly Shonen Jump usually takes a break on this week. So yeah, we'll have to wait a bit longer for the next chapter of One Piece, but this week's chapter does an incredible job of setting the tone as we learn more about the Kuja Pirates, the Roger Pirates, the larger plan of Rocks and how his crew was formed. And while all of these flashbacks may appear to be random, I do believe that they are absolutely essential to the current plotline of the story. Rocks stating that Elbaf is crucial in taking down the Holy Land is no coincidence. I'm looking forward to learning more about the devil fruit from Elbaf, as well as the second mysterious devil fruit that we know little about, and the second point of Rocks where he wants to locate the Galila giants. My favorite aspect of this week's chapter was easily the Roger versus Garp fight, which is building upon years of anticipation, as all of us want to see interactions between these characters and the several battles that they had with each other. But yeah, we've reached the point of the video where I do want to hand over the discussion to all of you. Are we finally going to be seeing the God Valley incident from the perspective of the Rocks pirates? Was Harold's refusal to join Rocks ultimately what had led to his death? And is this flashback going to lead into Shanks' encounter with Loki 6 years ago? All of these panels are serving a larger narrative, and I'm looking forward to every single installment, and I cannot wait to read the next chapter. If there's anything that I've forgotten to mention, then let me know in the comments. And lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this video, and I cannot wait to see you in my next One Piece video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.